Now 7:40 with co-author Congressman Rob Bishop of Utah. Louisiana Senator David Vitter has introduced the Energy Production and Project Delivery Act of 2013. It's a proposal designed to increase domestic oil and gas production by opening up more drilling on federal lands. But another key element redefines revenue sharing to bring more money to states like Louisiana. Senator Vitter is joining us with more on that. And why a congressman from Utah? Because is there much drilling in Utah right now?
Well, there can be. There's not yet, but there are enormous deposits of shale oil in Utah. Unfortunately, it's on federal land, so it's really shut down.
So that's what
now.
This legislation is geared toward, in part.
Yeah, to open up access to American energy everywhere. We're one of the few states who are actually in that business here in the Gulf, but we do have enormous deposits, lots of other places that are shut down under federal law.
And now, what does it do for revenue sharing for Louisiana?
Yeah, well, besides opening up access, it dramatically increases revenue sharing. As you know, Eric, we passed revenue sharing for the first time after talking about it for 50 years, several years ago, but it's capped at a certain dollar amount. So it dramatically increases that cap so we can benefit more, and it brings that same precedent to the East Coast, the West Coast, Alaska, because besides opening up access, I think revenue sharing is the key to really get states interested and in the business of producing American energy.
And so what kind of support will you have for that? Because right now you've got support on the bill, but it's not bipartisan yet.
No, but we're targeting several key, more moderate Democrats, particularly those up for re-election. So we hope to make this bipartisan.
And let's go ahead and talk about sequestration. It kicked in over the weekend.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are a lot of reports of doom and gloom that, you know, the bottom was going to fall out if this thing happened. Do you think the administration went overboard?
Well, I think they went way overboard in trying to scare people, and I hope that backfires when people realize this is not the end of the world. I also think we can erase, maybe not 100% of the pain and dislocation of sequestration, but at least 80% by giving the administration and departments maximum flexibility to deal with the cuts. I'll give you a perfect example. 2 weeks ago, the Secretary of Transportation was having a press conference and said this would be a disaster, have to lay off air traffic controllers, that'd be 3-hour lines at every major airport. Well, in fact, his department's number after sequestration is higher than the Obama administration's last request for that department. So that proves that they can certainly deal with the number, at least if they have maximum flexibility, which Republicans in Congress want to give them.
And these are cuts that were designed to be so onerous that neither side would want them, that they'd be forced into some compromise, especially because military is involved.
Right.
And it just didn't happen.
No, and the lesson apparently is that there are enough folks in Washington who are against, you know, any sort of real budget discipline that a deal can be reached.
But I think we're seeing that the American public right now, because they haven't reacted to this like many people thought they would, that they understand that we do need tax reform, we need spending cuts, we need some real change in this country.
I think there is a clear consensus for all of that in the real world among the American public. I hope that translates soon to Washington.
Well, why have we not seen that so far? I mean, why didn't this finally back Congress and the White House into a corner where they had to compromise?
Because the president is absolutely determined to get more taxes, and that's what he's holding out for, more taxes. He just got $620 billion 6 weeks ago. Apparently that's not enough.
Are Republicans not going to budge at all? I mean, are we stuck on this?
Republicans are not going to support more taxes, and I don't think Republicans are going to back off this overall spending. We want to redo the cuts. They could be done a lot more intelligently to cause a lot less pain, but it's the only way we're going to get deficit savings and reductions. So I don't think Republicans want to back off of that at all. Certainly I'm not going to.
All right, David Vitter, thank you.